This is my citizen's identity card. My name is Thị Hải Yến. Good morning, everyone. You know, cities are growing faster than ever, but at what cost to our land, water, and climate? A closer look at the environmental challenges of rapid urban expansion. Imagine living in a city where heavy rain causes flooding within minutes. Temperatures keep increasing every year, and green fields slowly disappear to make room for roads and buildings. This is not a prediction for the future. It is already happening in many places around the world. Today, I would like to talk about how urbanization impacts the environment. Why urbanization creates jobs, improves infrastructure, and supports economic growth. Rapid and poorly managed urbanization also creates serious environmental challenges. My main argument is that urbanization affects the environment through increasing pressure on natural resources, worsening pollution and climate risk, and in creating long-term sustainability challenges that require better planning and governance. First, urbanization places enormous pressure on natural resources and ecosystems. According to the United Nations, around 68% of global pollution is expected to live in urban areas by 2050. This means cities will require more land, water, energy, and food resources. As urban areas expand, agricultural land and natural ecosystems are often reduced. From many professional experience working in agriculture and rural development, land use changes create increasing pressure on productive agricultural areas and rural infrastructure. In many localities, expanding residential areas, roads and service activities gradually reduce available agricultural land. This creates challenges for balancing economic development with long-term food security and environmental protection. Urban growth also affects water resources. Higher pollution density increases water consumption and wastewater generation. When infrastructure development does not keep pace with pollution growth, environmental stress becomes unavoidable. Second, urbanization significantly increases pollution and environmental degradation. Cities currently generate approximately 75% of global carbon dioxide air emissions. According to the United Nations Environment Programme, transportation system, industries, construction activities, and increasing energy consumption all contribute to air pollution. Solid waste management is another major issue. Rapid urban expansion produces larger amounts of household waste, plastic waste, and wastewater. Without effective collection and treatment system, environmental quality declines rapidly. These challenges also can be observed at the local level. In many rural and semi-urban areas, rapid pollution growth and commercial development increase pressure on waste collection system and drainage infrastructure. Poor waste management not only affects environmental quality, but also influences public health and community well-being. Moreover, urbanization contributes to biodiversity loss. As nature habitats disappear, many species lose their ecosystem, reducing ecological resilience over time. Thus, urbanization intensifies climate-related risks and environmental vulnerability. One important example is the urban heat island effect. Large areas of concrete and asphalt absorb heat and raise local temperatures. According to climate research, urban areas often several degrees warmer than surrounding rural regions. Flooding is another growing concern, replacing natural land surfaces with buildings and roads, reducing water absorption capacity. As a result, urban areas become more vulnerable to flash floods. However, it's important to recognize that urbanization itself is not necessarily the problem. Poor planning and unsustainable development practices are often the real causes. This is why sustainable urban development is essential. Governments should strengthen land use planning, invest in green infrastructure, expand public transportation system, and improve waste management. Communities and citizens also play important roles through sustainable consumption and environmental awareness. As someone working in rural development, I believe environmental sustainability should not only focus on city. Rural agricultural system and urban areas must be blended together because environmental systems are interconnected. In conclusion, urbanization has transformed economies and improved living standards, but it has also created sustainable environmental challenges. It increases pressure on resources, contributes to pollution, and intensifies climate risk. The question is not whether urbanization will continue. It certainly will. The real question is whether we can manage urban growth responsibly enough to protect our environment for future generations. Thanks for listening. Together, we can build sustainable cities for future generations.